Hi-ho and welcome to One Man's Dream. I'm James and today I'm talking about my favourite character meet and greets. Yes, it's okay if you're an adult and you like to meet the characters. It's not just for children. Meeting characters is such a great experience at theme parks, especially Walt Disney World and Universal Studios. It is not childish and adults can meet the characters. There's nothing wrong with that. The first meet and greet I'd like to talk about is the Minions meet and greet with my brother and sister. Me, my brother and sister went on the Minions attraction and we were the first ones to come out of the theatre. It's a great attraction, by the way. It's a 4D ride and I totally recommend it. And as soon as we exited the theatre, to our left was the Minions. I looked at my brother and sister and just smiled, and I will never forget their reaction. My sister just said, "Go on then." So yeah, we went to meet the Minions and it was a really good meet and greet actually. We had so much fun, like we were just laughing and they were being silly, the Minions, and we had a good laugh and a joke, and it was a really good meet and greet. Universal Studios do have a photo pass like Walt Disney World, but we decided just to take it on our phones and didn't pay the extra charge for the photo pass option because it was a ridiculous price personally. We did meet like characters like Popeye in Islands of Adventure, but even though it was a great meet and greet, I don't think it really cuts to my favourite, so that's why I'm not going to go into detail with that. Don't get me wrong, I love meeting characters, but at Universal Studios I wasn't that bothered about meeting many characters because I see it as more like a thrill ride theme park rather than at Walt Disney World where you can meet characters and shows and everything like that. So let me talk about the meet and greets at Walt Disney World, which are my absolute favourites from my previous trip. As an adult, I have never done a character meal before. I did them when I was younger at Disneyland Paris. The characters at Tusker House were Donald, Goofy, Mickey Mouse and Daisy. So for the Sensational Six, they were all dressed in like safari outfits. We had some great interactions with the characters. My favourite moment was when we met Mickey and I played rock, paper, scissors with him, and this has to be one of my favourite photos because I beat him, and the reaction from him, I felt so sorry for him, but at the time it was just so funny because we had a really good laugh and it was a great experience, and I would definitely do a character meal in the future. Still in Disney's Animal Kingdom, I went to see Baloo and King Louie. And at the time, I was wearing my grape soda badge, and they went crazy. King Louie actually pointed out this badge and told Baloo to get it off me. So both of them were trying to chase me and get my badge, and I wouldn't let them. And because they were trying to steal my badge, I was trying to steal their treasure. It was just a great meet and greet because it was so much fun and it was silly. I've never had a meet and greet like this before where the characters would actually interact me with in this way, and that's why it's one of my favourite meet and greets of all time, never mind just my previous trip. Heading over to Epcot now, and we went to the Mexican pavilion in the World Showcase, and Donald was stood outside in his Mexican outfit. What happened was, my dad does a great impression of Donald. I cannot do an impression of Donald. I can do Mickey and Goofy and characters like that, but Donald I just can't seem to do. And then when we were saying hello to Donald, we shook his hand, gave him a hug. My dad was last, and he did Donald's voice by saying hello, and Donald lost it. You could tell that he wanted to laugh so much, and we couldn't stop laughing as a family. You probably can see from the photos that we had massive grins on our faces. It was just such a funny experience and meet and greet, and the photos are great from it. Also in Epcot, in Future World, I met Baymax from Big Hero 6. Now, the reason why he's one of my favourite meet and greets is just because of the hug. He is like a balloon. If you've ever watched Big Hero 6, he floats like a balloon, he bursts like a balloon, and just that hug. I didn't expect him to be soft and squishy like that. It's such a unique meet and greet as well because you don't really meet characters like that at Walt Disney World. You more like see like your Fab Five and Chip and Dale and princesses, but he is such a unique character, and I'm surprised that Disney do a meet and greet with him. And that's why I loved that meet and greet so much, because he is such a unique character. He is one of my favourite characters. Well, I think he's everyone's favourite, to be honest. He's absolutely hilarious in the film. Heading over to Disney's Hollywood Studios now, and my favourite interaction was with Woody and Buzz. I have met them before in previous trips, but the meet and greet with Woody and Buzz is always special to me, because I love Toy Story so much. It's one of my favourite franchises, and to meet them in person is great. Over to Magic Kingdom now. Since our last trip was in Halloween season, we had the opportunity to go to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween event. One thing that really appealed to me for the event was meeting characters that you probably won't see every day on your trip to Magic Kingdom. One being Captain Jack Sparrow. Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favourite franchises ever. I love the creativity, I love the Imagineering, I love the characters, especially Jack, because he is such an idiot. So when we booked Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and I found out he was a meet and greet available, he was definitely one of my must-dos at the party. So we're walking past Pirates of the Caribbean and there he was, just stood there and doing meet and greets. So I said to the family, come on, let's please do it. My brother's a big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean, and we got in the line to go see him.
So when we finally met Jack, I asked him if he had any rum.
He just looked at me like in shock and said, rum? Haven't you got any rum? Why don't you have any rum? And it was just so funny because I knew how he would react, because obviously Jack Sparrow loves rum, and it was just so funny how he reacted, because he was showing me all his barrels were empty of rum, but he sent me on a quest to find some rum for him. Unfortunately, I didn't find it. Captain Jack Sparrow is one of my favourite characters out of the whole Walt Disney Company, especially live action. That's why I really wanted to meet him, and he was really funny. It was a great character meet and greet, something that will always bring memories back to at that party. So I had 30 minutes to myself at the party. I know these things you can do normally at Magic Kingdom without it being Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, but I really wanted to do them, and it was my only opportunity to do it. Now, before this trip, I really want Shaw to do a meet and greet with princesses, because being a man, I wasn't really confident. I'd feel like I'd get the mick taken out of me and things like that. I know you shouldn't think like that, because like I said previously, you shouldn't be embarrassed doing meet and greets when you're an adult. You shouldn't be. But with princesses, I feel like it's different, because being a young girl, like meeting the favourite princess like Jasmine, Belle, like they really want to aspire to them, like inspire them. And I feel like with a 20-year-old man going to meet with princesses, it's not really the typical thing to do. But I said to myself, look, it's a 5-minute queue, there's no one around, let's just go do it and have a good time. I met Rapunzel and Tiana, and how I were feeling before, I feel stupid for thinking like that. They made me so comfortable with their meet and greets. I had so much fun with them. With Rapunzel, I was talking about Pascal and where he is, so he keeps on hiding from her, and talking about Maximus. Me and Tiana were talking about food, and Tiana made my brain just go blank, because she was asking where I'm from. I said UK, in England. And she's like, oh, that's great. What type of desserts do you have in the UK? And my mind just went blank. Like, we have so many good desserts here in the UK, and my mind just went completely blank. I was struggling, and I felt so stupid at the time. So looking at her with a very blank face, and I just said scone, and I'm like, we have scones in Britain. And she's like, oh, how do you make them? And then that just made it even worse, didn't it? Because I don't know how to make a scone. And she really made me feel comfortable after that, because I was really nervous when meeting them, because like I said before, I didn't feel confident about meeting princesses, but after it, I couldn't stop smiling. I would definitely do princess meet and greets in the future. And the final meet and greet I really want to talk about is Talking Mickey Mouse in Town Square Theatre. I'm really gutted that he doesn't speak anymore. I feel like that was a great addition to the Magic Kingdom. I'm more than sure he'll be back. I feel like he'll be back for the 50th anniversary, and hopefully Minnie and Donald and Goofy and all characters like that will be able to talk as well, because I thought it was just so magical meeting Talking Mickey. We did take a video of seeing Talking Mickey, and here's a little bit of it.
Having a good time so far.
Yeah, great. How is it?
I'm glad to hear it. So, what are you gonna do after this?
Well, we're going to your Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, actually.
Oh gosh, that sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Uh-huh.
Before they head out, how about we take some pictures with them, pal?
Great idea.
Yeah.
I'll just squeeze in the middle here. Great. Cheers.
Cheese!
Very good.
Can I get a picture, just me and you?
Absolutely.
So as you can tell, the meet and greet were really fun. Like, we had a good laugh, and it was just a great interaction with Talking Mickey. And I'm hoping he comes back because it was truly magical. And I can understand why Disney has stopped it, but I really hope he comes back. I really do think he'll come back for the 50th anniversary. So them are my favourite meet and greets from my previous trip in August and September 2017. I hope you enjoyed my little stories. So thank you for joining my first week as a YouTuber. I really hope you've enjoyed my content. I am always on Instagram and Twitter _onemansdream_. I do have quite a few followers with Instagram. I'm really surprised I've got that many for within the first week. I only thought I would only get 10. But with Twitter, it's not doing so well. I'm trying to promote it a bit more through Twitter, but I know that Instagram is more for Disney than Twitter. Like always, I do have an email address, james.onemansdream@gmail.com. Please email me any suggestions for upcoming videos, or if you just want to talk about Disney. Please like and comment down below and subscribe to the channel. It does mean the world to me. I do really appreciate all your support. If you haven't already watched my previous video about my top 10 favourite things to do at Walt Disney World and Universal Studios, please click here. And if you want to subscribe, if you haven't already done so, please click here. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today. I'm James, this is One Man's Dream, and I'll see you real soon.